This is Joe Smith from the Midwest Football Podcast. Please remember to like, subscribe, and leave a comment. It all helps us grow our show. Look for our full show, too, anywhere you find podcasts. Links below.
The biggest problem that people had with the front office coming into the 2022 season last year is that they basically brought everybody back from a 3-win team. So was the Brad Holmes regime going to bring in free agents that were impactful? And oh boy, did he ever this year. We had Cam Sutton, we had CJ Gardner-Johnson, we had David Montgomery, and all of them had different segments of their fan bases from where they were saying, wait a minute, we couldn't match that deal.
I was going to say, Manuel Mosley was a good addition, too, along with Sutton at cornerback.
That's true. Emmanuel Mosley's coming off his injury year, right? So it was he's kind of got a 1-year prove it deal, and if it works, then the Lions look loaded in the secondary.
Yep. The one knock is that Sutton's the only cornerback signed through next year, which is why a lot of people think that you guys are going after one of the big 3 cornerbacks in the first round.
It could be, but we can talk about the Lions draft plans on another episode. Believe me, it will. The Lions are definitely going to be one of the movers and shakers in the early part of the NFL draft, I think.
Let's talk about the running back carousel briefly. So the Bears, as I mentioned, we got Foreman and we did a little budget. As a Bears fan, I'm happy to see Herbert get a better role, even because I think he outshined David Montgomery. On the flip side, I think Montgomery is a much better version in Detroit than you're getting from Jamal Williams, who was a great third down thumper that got the ball into the end zone. But Montgomery has legitimate 3-down back capability, and I think he's got more juice in the tank than Jamal.
Yeah, I mean, the Jamal Saf has been really talked to death for the people in Detroit, but I really feel like Montgomery is an improvement because he's so much more versatile.
Yes.
He's got better speed. He's one of the great tackle breakers, and he was doing the same yards per carry in Chicago with an inferior offensive line, better than people think of the Bears line, but an inferior line to Detroit.
Even if they're worse.
Yeah, that Jamal was getting in Detroit. So if if he's used in a halfway similar fashion, it remains to be seen about the goal line. But I think he's going to end up with better numbers overall.
And he's a good pass catcher. He's very good pass catcher, which is underrated part, Now, do you think this minimalizes or marginalizes DeAndre Swift? Do you think Dan Campbell does not like him? Or do you think Swift is now the guy?
I am not holding out a lot of hope that Swift is going to be there. It looked like there were games last year where he was perfectly healthy and getting under 10 touches. I just don't think the team feels like they can trust him to carry a full load. It's like they're trying to keep him in bubble wrap. And I don't get that mentality for a football player. If you can't trust him to be out there, then if you can't carry the load, then you can't commit to him with any kind of big money contract.
And you can't really protect a running back. You can protect a quarterback. You can't protect a running back. If he's going to get injured, he's going to get injured. But
and boy, howdy has he ever in the first couple seasons. But
if you have him in Dynasty, there are still some DeAndre Swift truthers out there that'll pay full price for him. So now might be the time to ship him, because it doesn't sound like he's exactly won over the people of Detroit in his short career in the NFL so far.
No, you got to respect the talent. When he's on the field, he's really good. But oh boy,
trade him after that.
So it wouldn't
60-yard game.
I'm not saying that they're going Bijan, but it wouldn't surprise me to see the Lions address the running back depth at some point in the draft.
I'm going to say the Lions draft, especially the first round, maybe first 2 rounds. That's going to be a lot of next week when we talk about the scenarios that might get you guys excited or get you guys terrified.
Looking forward to that. Promo work.